Hook. For millennia, humanity has whispered the forbidden truth. There exist beings dwelling just beyond the veil of our perception. These entities, known only through ancient texts, can be summoned, commanded, and bound to serve your will. Welcome to the path of the magician. Defining evocation and setting the stage. What exactly is evocation? At its core, it is the act of calling an entity from another plane of existence to an external manifestation in either the astral or physical plane. This sacred art has long been shrouded in dogma and misconception, often linked to calling up demons and fears of black magic. But this fear, amplified by sensational novels, ignores the truth. Evocation is a positive and beneficial experience. Fortunately, a rise in modern, eclectic practices has helped banish these old dogmas, revealing evocation as simply a very practical and useful set of magical techniques. 2. Foundational principles of command. The power to command comes not from fancy robes or archaic constraints, but from internal mastery. The physical circle you stand in is merely a symbol. It is actually a span of self-control. It is our influence of who we are and what we will become. When a magician stands in touch with the Godhead, calling out to an entity, that being has no choice but to answer. The authority is absolute. To practice this successfully, the ritual must adhere to the Hermetic axiom: to know, to will, to do, and to be silent. The magician must not merely go through the motions, the intent must be focused and the task willed into existence. Above all, heed this warning. Never become obsessed with an entity. Surrendering your judgment, even to a seemingly beneficial spirit, is dangerous. You must question all advice before following it. 3rd, the practice of creating servitors. While traditional evocation summons pre-existing entities, modern methods allow you to create custom beings for specific purposes. This consciousness-generated entity is called a servitor, sometimes known as a thought form or tulpa. The creation sequence begins simply. The first step in designing a servitor is to decide the general sphere of influence into which your intention falls. This could range from healing or protection to divination or achieving success. If you seek persistent, ongoing magical aid, consider viral servitors. These entities are particularly appropriate for long-term enchantments, such as ensuring the success of your magic generally or providing continuous protection. They can be instructed to replicate themselves, intensifying their intended effect. IV. Traditional and planetary evocation. Historically, evocation was fraught with elaborate requirements. Even early modern experiments confirmed the power of tradition. When an attempt was made without using the traditional arrangement of circle and triangle, the result was that the working lacked clear definition. Visions of the spirit called forth were hazy at best. To approach traditional spirits like those described in the Goetia, your verbal preparation is key. Conjurations accomplish 2 important functions in a ritual. They verbally establish the magician's authority over the entity and command the entity to appear. Consider the nature of Goetic entities. Baal is a spirit of shape-shifting, often appearing by the cat, stealth and instinct, or toad, the form of Ahriman. Beyond Goetia, the spheres offer specific aid. For example, planetary spirits are chosen based on the magician's need. A spirit from the Venus sphere would be helpful if a magician needed advice in matters concerning love and friendship. V. Hierarchy and specialized entities. Remember, these entities exist independently of your mind. Neither the existence of the universe nor the existence of its inhabitants depends upon the presence of one human. The world is layered with intelligences performing specialized functions. For instance, Zagreona commands the sphere of all teaching. All teachers, writers, journalists and editors are protected by this intelligence. Other potent beings include Bune, Baime, who gathers shades unto one place, acquiring knowledge and impulses from beyond the grave, leading to growth in experience and wisdom. The sheer number of beings is staggering, including 360 heads who hold in constant harmony, in the zone girdling the earth, all actions and conditions. Vi. Ethical practice and final warning. The authority you wield carries heavy consequences. You must be impeccably careful in your instruction because most entities in the universe have little or no concept of the difference between good and evil. If commanded, they will pursue the easiest goal, even if destructive. Therefore, always include a protection clause in your commands. You are responsible as a magician. Under no circumstances should you let any harm come to another person as a result of your actions. Mastery is not achieved overnight. It is a slow process of refinement, demanding ethical focus and consistent effort. However, with true dedication, hard work will bring its reward. Call to action and outro. If you are ready to stop merely reading about magic and start commanding the forces that shape your universe, if you are ready to gain wisdom, master destiny, and become a true practitioner, the path of evocation awaits. The keys to the unseen realms are in your hands, but success demands effort, patience, and a well-trained mind. Study these principles, subscribe for more advanced guidance on this path, and begin your training today. Don't let fear keep you from the power that is rightfully yours.